This has been something that's been going on for a very long time. We can refer back to some of the things that the article mentions, like these different cliques, these different gangs. We've got the Lynwood Vikings. They're a gang in Los Angeles based out of Linwood Station of the LA County Sheriff's Department. There's a gang in LA based at the Linwood Station of the LA County Sheriff's Department. There's a gang in the LA Sheriff's Department, is what this Wikipedia article says, which is pretty hilarious. They're not wrong. Its members have included Paul Tanica, deputy sheriff, and LASD second in command Lee Baca. So this is an actual gang. There was several lawsuits. A federal judge, Terry Hatter, described by a federal judge. He said they're a neo-Nazi gang engaged in racially motivated hostility, and they're committed to the valorization of Aryans, which is white people. A lot of background. First started in 1971. It originally started as a gang called the Little Devils. There's been other, gangs that have blossomed, the Grim Reapers and others. The Vikings apparently share a tattoo with a symbol of the 998, which stands for officer involved shooting. So if you actually, become a part of the Vikings, you got to be involved in a 998, which is an officer-involved shooting. Deputy Mike Osborne told the LA Times that invitation to join the Vikings was considered prestigious, but also meant that you keep your mouth shut and obey the code of silence about illegal activity by other deputies. Osborne and his wife testified about police corruption. They and their children were later shot at in their home by what Osborne believes were disgruntled sheriff's deputies. So again, just more and more blue line, blue shield. If you break the code of silence, there's going to be repercussions for you. Other LASD gangs, the Hats, Little Devils, Jump Out Boys, Grim Reapers, 2000 Boys, 3000 Boys, and the Regulators. I could go on and on and on. I have more stories, more clips. The LA Times and other entities have gone through and done a really great job. So if you're interested in this, it's a rabbit hole. You can just keep going and going and going. The Banditos, for example, they're another gang who, again, cliques. 20 of his colleagues had matching skull tattoos. They say that their position on it is it's benign camaraderie. It's a way to boost morale, and it's a free speech right. They have a right to join these gangs and join these cliques just like anybody does, which is true, but you don't automatically get to be a police officer. If you're going to be involved in something like that, you don't get to be a cop anymore. You don't have that freedom. You don't have that privilege. It's something that we can say, cool, yeah, you're welcome to go be in that gang if you want, but you can't be an officer here because that gang's interests go against the principles of law enforcement. But they're going to, of course, stand by their free speech claim. A lot of people try to do that, but it's not a really good claim. The 3000 clique. So this is a clique that actually operates within a jail or a prison, and they manage the entire the entire floor. That's why it's called the 3000, because it's the third floor, the 3000th floor, whatever designation that is. They run that, and they earn their ink by breaking inmates' bones. So they actually break bones. That's how they get that's their rite of passage. Same with the executioners. So here's a picture from the executioners. This is a tattoo that is the gang that dominates the Compton Sheriff's Station. They're saying that this person here broke the code of silence and got a text message that says Art is a rat because they broke the code of silence. They sport the tattoos of a skull with Nazi imagery and an AK-47. They celebrate deputy shootings and the induction of new members into inking parties, illegal arrest quotas, threatening work slowdowns. We've seen this a lot, especially recently. These work slowdowns, officers are now saying, or we're starting to see from these different police departments around the country, why are they not responding? Why, that building's on fire, or they're breaking through that, or they're going into, down here in Arizona, we had the Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall, and the looters and people were just running around through there. Where was Scottsdale PD on that? What happened? Did they get a stand down order, or did they just say, well, we're just going to let it run its course? Was it a work slowdown? Was it a structured order? What the hell happened here? Same that we're seeing around the other parts of the country. The law enforcement officials, who like to get on camera, like to get on TV, like to get on social media and scream that they're making huge sacrifices for everybody, and that everything that they're doing is for the good of the people, and they're just, humble public servants. Well, when we start to say, we're going to hold you accountable for certain things, we really don't like what you're doing as a public servant, so we're going to start to implement some other rules and other things that we're going to ask you to follow. As soon as we do that, they don't like that. That's accountability. That's transparency. Now we're going to be looking at them through a microscope lens, and they don't like that. So how do they respond? Well, they're in contracts. Their union has a contract. They can't really get out of it. They still need the job. So how about this? How about we just don't work? How about when something goes on in society, we just sort of don't respond as quickly as we should. This one was particularly bad because this guy who was alleged to have been a rat, they're saying that they refused to even show up to other calls. So let's say a cop goes and he's involved in a situation that's dangerous and he needs backup. He calls and they say, nope, that guy's a rat. We're not going to go over and help him. He's a rat. He broke the code. Therefore, his life may be in danger. He may be somebody who needs our help. He may need some assistance. They don't show up. That's our law enforcement right there.